Welcome ecopenny viewers. This video is a bit of a difference. I'm going to watch the Supercars E-Series where drivers use a simulator to virtually drive because all the championship races have been cancelled.
Supercars All-Stars E-Series.
Well, let's get to our Coopers live chat. We've got Lando Norris standing by on the line for us. Hey, Lando, it is fantastic to have you as part of the Supercars E-Series tonight, lining up for Walkinshaw and Andretti United. What happened in qualifying, though?
I mean, not a lot happened because it all ended in turn one. So I just overpushed a bit. Yeah, it's a tricky corner. It's a tricky corner in this car. Now I'm used to going through it flat out in pretty much every single car I've ever driven, and this car's a bit of a beast, and you have to handle it very differently to what I'm used to. So, yeah, when it came down to it, I just tried a bit too hard, overpushed, and that's like the last thing that this car wants in terms of how to be driven. So, was a mistake. Hasn't put me too far back, luckily, but it makes my job harder for the rest.
So tell us, what are the biggest challenges of driving a virtual supercar?
Everything. I get the braking and the acceleration. That's just the handling of the car is a lot slower. It's a much heavier car than what I'm used to, and a lot less downforce, obviously. So you have to drive it in a much calmer manner. You have to be very patient and slow with your inputs, and you have to do the heel and towing and the blipping for the down changes. So it's very different to what I'm used to, but it's such a cool car. It's one of my favorite cars, or probably my favorite car to drive. So yeah, it's going to be very exciting.
Well, we love to hear that. It's fantastic to have you on board. Have fun. We'll catch up with you a little later tonight.
Cheers.
So these guys are going to be racing in Belgium. So it's quite a novel idea. There's no actual races. So they're going to e-race, so each driver will be in a simulator in their home or wherever they are. So the other advantage is there'll be no emissions from the V8 supercars. They put out a lot of emissions because it's high performance petrol engines. So it'll be a more environmentally sound sort of series too. But I'll be interested to watch this, so I'll put my feet up and enjoy.
A tremendous drive by Shane Van Gisbergen, another 97 Red Bull Holden, and he came home by a margin of almost 0.5 of a second, so a significant gap over the rest of the field.
As we do head to this quick break, let's take a look at Will Davison's sim setup, thanks to Repco.
Hey guys, Will Davison here. My turn for show us your rig. Fortunately for you, I'm going to show you my simulator that I've been using. So we've got this pretty trick bit of kit, custom built frame by Bryce Washington and Jared Filsell, both well known in the gaming industry. They've got the ergonomics absolutely spot on. So I've got this Race Tech seat, which is exactly what I use in the race car. The steering wheel I'm using, this week I've gone to the Cube controlled Formula One Pro wheel. Importantly, it's a direct drive semi-cube steering system, which gives you really good feel and feedback and accuracy. I've got this awesome Jinx shifter sequential gear shifting unit, which was made up. I've got the gear stick, which I've adjusted very accurate to the race car, which I use. I'm not cheating with the paddles like some. I've got a brake bias adjuster here, which is really nice. Obviously the screen, some people go triple screen. I've got the Samsung ultra wide 49-inch QLED, 144 megahertz. The refresher rate and the speed of your screen actually makes life really helpful. We've got the sound bar here. A really fast gaming computer PC, 1080 Ti. We've got butt kickers. I've got 5 butt kickers through the simulator, which are controlled by 2 amplifiers under the seat and for each corner of the sim, which gives you a bit of feel when you hit curbs and slide around. And down to the pedal box, you know, a really crucial aspect of sim racing. That's a Hughes & Felt pedal box with load cells. I've got rubbers behind the brake pedal there, which I've been playing with, which can control how hard or soft or how much travel you've got with the brake pedal. Also got really good modulation with that as well. So it's been a pretty amazing learning curve. The sim's certainly much better than I am, but I've got my DIY sponsor boards as well. Went to Bunnings and made these up myself. Absolutely beautiful, I reckon. Pretty happy with that. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun, so cheers guys.
just blown away with their setups. You know, huge widescreen monitors, race accurate gear levers. It's just amazing. Set the seat to vibrate to simulate racing conditions. So can't wait to watch this.
Welcome back to round 5 of the BP Supercars All-Stars E-Series. We are getting set for race 15 of this championship. Shane Van Gisbergen will start from pole. He has 4 so far to his name in this E-Series, and he's got runs on the board at Spa, in the real world and the virtual world too. For all the vital stats for race 15, let's jump into the Hino Hub now with Neil.
And we're visiting one of the all-time race circuits, Jess. Spa is a mega racetrack, 7 kilometres around here. We're going to have an 8-lap sprint race, or 20 minutes this evening for our first of 3. It's 7 kilometres, 20-odd turns, 19 or 20 turns, depending on how you want to count them. Just over 50-odd kilometres of racing. Fuel's not going to be an issue, but there are a couple of places around this racetrack where you need to keep a very keen eye out. Set to go racing with 30 supercars, some international superstars in the field, some wild cards in the field, and plenty to look at. Great start by Shane Van Gisbergen. Pole tyre run now towards Eau Rouge for the very first time, and he's got McLaughlin climbing all over the back of him. They've got to respect track limits at this location. Anton De Pasquale drops up into 2nd place, and Bryce Forward in the Mobil 1 Middies entry is in 4th, and looking down the inside on the Camel Straight, the run up to Lake Com for the very first time, and moving to try and shake the slipstream is Van Gisbergen. De Pasquale, now it's McLaughlin up into 3rd, followed by Forward, then Waters, who's 2nd in the championship, followed by Chaz Mostert. Lando Norris is lurking around there as well.
Yeah, contact at the back there, but Lando Norris has made up 4 spots since the start, so a good start for the Englishman. Van Gisbergen has a 0.3 of a second lead over the man that we just know he's going to be battling with all evening, Anton De Pasquale.
Among other things, in his incredible junior credential career, Lando was actually the Toyota Racing Series champion in New Zealand, the open wheelers over there in 2016. He was a Formula 3 champion in 2017. He was runner-up in Formula 2 the year before he joined the Formula 1 field, and he's already made his presence felt with a couple of 2nd placings in Formula 1, so already off to a ripping start. And actually, McLaughlin said to me earlier in the day, I expect him to be potentially the pick of the pack. So he's tucked right in behind. De Pasquale's got a run going here in the Penrite Racer. How much throttle do they carry? How much tyre scrub do they get? Shane covers down the inside, and he's got a 5-foot wide Holden Commodore, and he's using it very wisely now. Anton wants to block past, but can he get it done? Yes, he does. He pulls together a perfect block pass, but it comes undone. It comes undone at the critical moment, and Shane Gizzy is spinning out the other side and survives it. McLaughlin's going to do another Bradbury here. He did it in the Indy 175 on the weekend. They are 3 wide coming out of La Source. Van Gisbergen's hanging on. The checkered flag is out, and Van Gisbergen wins it after getting belted to death, and into the wall go Waters and McLaughlin. After the flag, I thought that McLaughlin was going to do what he did at Indy, and that was off the scale crazy.
So I thoroughly enjoyed that e-supercar racing. So it's pretty exciting. It's virtually as exciting as watching the real thing on TV. The graphics are really good. You know, the cars performed like they normally did. A bit of smoke coming out of tyres and a few crashes and stuff like that. So I thoroughly enjoyed that. And it's a really good thing that the supercars have done. The competition can't be raced normally because of COVID. So they've changed it to a virtual event, and the bonus is there's less pollution and tyre residue and greenhouse gases generated from all the car engines. So it's a win-win situation all around. So I'm glad I watched it. It's the first time I've watched this series. I've heard about it for a few weeks, so I thought I'd actually watch a few races, and I've been pretty impressed. So catch you next time.
Only an 1/8 of a car, and right there was the critical touch, and then Anton rotates across the front of Shane, who miraculously was able to press on. The fact that he could still race to the flag was pretty impressive.